All right, let's talk about a game that went off the rails pretty quickly through no fault of, I shouldn't say no fault, I guess, through little fault of Justin Fields' own, but still, this was kind of what ended up being a bit of a mess here for Chicago. It wasn't all bad. I know that maybe seems silly the way that the score went, but I do think that there actually were some positives to take away. We will talk about some of the positives that happened here for Chicago in this one, and for Fields in particular, because again, yes, the game kind of got away from them, but we're evaluating Fields here. That's what we're doing. So let's talk about the good and the bad of Justin Fields. Let's start off with this play, because I do want to, again, bring up some of the positives, which we would see in this game, of they're going to have a pressure up the middle right here, and watch what happens. Look, right when this play begins, I mean, Fields is in trouble, right? This is a disastrous situation. A defender was able to get through very quickly, overpowering the guard and get in position to try and get a pressure, try and get a sack, so, okay. Basically, every single quarterback in football is going to get sacked right here, and this is the benefit of a Justin Fields. Watch how he's able to kind of bounce off of it, scrambles up, and while he doesn't pick up the first down, turns it into a no gain, and it's 3rd and 4, so you got to punt anyway. It just goes to show there is still value in what he can do. And there are definitely plays where you see him and you're just convinced he's about to go down, and then he doesn't. He for sure can do that. So we still see that. We still see that he is that guy. He had some nice runs. But going over here, I mean, this is just the issue. This is the issue where it's man coverage and, okay, man coverage across the board. So you need someone to get open relatively quickly. 3rd down and 6. You need to get the ball out of your hands before too long, right? Fields is going to take the snap. He's going to wait nearly 3 seconds. So pressure's starting to come when you expect pressure to come. This is about when it comes. So, well, yes, there is pressure, and sometimes when the pressure comes, people never blame the quarterback. At this point, the throw really needs to be being made right now, or you need to be realizing that the throw shouldn't be made right now. We can't see what's down the field, so we don't know if it's Fields not making a throw like we've seen in the past of guys being open and Fields just not throwing to where he should be throwing to. We've also seen in the past just there being no one for Fields to throw to, so we don't know what's happening here. What we do know, however, is Fields ends up trying to scramble out and just can't get anything. Chris Jones with the sack right there. Good stuff by Kansas City for sure, and I'm going to assume that's just good coverage down the field, and, Fields looks down the field, doesn't love what he sees, and gets sacked, which is just something that we've seen far too many times at this point. If you're a Bears fan, it's got to be driving you crazy, where it's like, listen, Justin Fields might just suck. Who knows, right? That's a possibility. At the same time, though, it's just sort of frustrating. Like, you can't even really get a great set of data on it because, I think the best way to tell if someone sucks is to see them in a good situation, and if they still can't be successful then, well, then you kind of know. A lot of these plays are just like, what are you supposed to do? This play was a good one, and again, kind of goes to, a lot of people were complaining about kind of a more vanilla offense than you would expect. Well, this is a play utilizing Fields' strengths where it's going to be kind of a fake pitch towards the bottom of the screen. You then have multiple eligible receivers who start off on the right side of the offense, going to move to the left side of the offense. Fields moves to the left side of the offense. You have, another receiver in that area, and then someone who's just going to block the edge rusher who's going to be left unblocked at the line. And watch as you see when this play begins. So far, so good. I mean, except for what's down the field, I suppose. There isn't really a great opening down the field. Fields doesn't love what he sees, but he's at least able to get outside the pocket and hopefully make something happen. So he wants to hit Cole Kmet, but there's defenders in front of Cole Kmet. And this is where the ultimate dilemma comes in, right? Do you stay back and cover the receiver, or do you run forward and make sure the quarterback doesn't just run? Well, they make sure Fields, they force Fields to throw, and Fields makes an off-balance throw, and they're able to pick up the first down. So again, these flashes, you're not expecting Fields to come out and be a superstar and look like Aaron Rodgers, but you are still seeing the positive flashes. You had some near misses in this one, something like this, where, a couple DJ Moore on the outside plays, towards the end of the first half. This one, which is, okay, one-on-one matchup on the outside. So sure, look his way. That's what you brought him here for. Fields is going to take the snap, and that's what he's going to do. He is going to look and fire in that direction, and there is a window, for sure. There is a small window where if you can put this one right on the money, it could be a big completion. As you see, this is right on the money, but Moore could not make the grab. So it's like, man, finally seemingly have something, can't quite get it done. But okay, it's one play, right? Whatever, no big deal. It wouldn't just be one time they weren't able to get this done. This time, I'll show it a couple times, but you see Fields gets hit as he's thrown. Moore had a window. I have to imagine the contact had a big impact in that missed throw there. So again, could have been a big completion there. Instead, was not. So just those things are just not quite getting there. They always say in basketball, it's a make or miss league. Well, in football, it's a make or miss league as well. You got to make those plays happen, and they just weren't able to. Also, this one, the interception that happened at the end of the half, where what's going to happen is it's zone coverage, and you have, that concept right there. Watch how when the play begins. Okay, the way the concept works is you see the two players have circled in black, one Chiefs player, one Chicago player. That route is mostly designed to get the defender to move further in, right? You hold him at a specific spot, and once you do that, you can have another receiver run past him and hopefully get open. It's a solid concept. It's just not working. I mean, it's being defended well. The defender just knows this concept and knows what you do. You don't go too close in because they're probably going to try to throw over you, but make sure you stay close enough that if they do throw underneath, you can make a play. So Fields probably does have to adjust to it. As you see, he kind of fires into a window that isn't there, and it gets intercepted. I'm going to show the other angle here just to kind of show really, there wasn't a window here. I mean, maybe you could have thrown it higher and potentially gotten the catch that way, but then your receiver has to make a tough catch. This is not a good decision, but I also think it's fair to say it's like, the reality is for Fields, it kind of seems like his decision making has to be either throw the ball into the ground or throw the ball to someone who isn't open far too frequently, which is also part of what's making this decision-making poor. So, I mean, yeah, listen, at the end of the day for the Chicago Bears, what do we take away from Fields? It's obviously still not good enough, but to me, this is, I don't want to say a burn-to-tape game, but just like, we didn't really learn that much, I don't think. This wasn't a disaster on Fields' part. It was a disaster on, really the whole team's fault, but I actually think that we did see some flashes from Fields of him being that same player, and it's just like, this game was not the right game to, I don't know, we kind of talk about get-right games a lot of times. I almost feel like this is the opposite of like when things are going poorly, this isn't the team you want to play to try and turn things around. Does get a little easier from here. It just does. I mean, you look at the defenses they have to play next. Denver, who just let 60 get dropped on them. Washington, solid. That's a Thursday night game. But then you play Minnesota, whose defense has not been great. The Raiders, whose defense has not been great. The Chargers, whose defense has not been great. So you have some games where Fields can maybe show something coming up. But so far, definitely a bit of a bummer if you're a Bears fan. That's the understatement of the year, probably. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.